I'd say I'm a real cunt.
Some would say.
There you go.
But we put the
You're a
reading
man.
rainbow noise there.
And that'll confuse everybody.
No, if you're the Americans will get the reading rainbow reference. Well, you guys had reading rainbow, right?
No, but we've seen enough
No.
American media to understand that it's
Yeah,
a
you know
stupid
LeVar
American.
Burton.
Sure. Yeah, we're best friends.
Yeah, you know Jordy
We,
LaForge, Kunta Kinte.
uh, we go bowling all the time.
I can go anywhere.
We're not going to finish the song. We don't
Take a
have to.
look. It's in a book.
Uh, the reading rainbow
It's
book.
reading rainbow. Yeah.
Let's see. I figured it out.
Yeah. Hi everybody. Welcome to Spark Avengers. My name is Corey, and with me is Dylan and John. How's it going, guys?
I really want to know how much of that's going to stay in.
It's hard to tell.
It could just be like just the start of the show is you saying that and me saying how much of that's
Yeah.
going to stay in. None of it. I don't know. The
How's
people are like, what did they cut out? Was it bad?
it was, yeah, technically.
Yeah, in a manner of speaking, yeah. You know?
Ah, well. So, how's it going, guys?
Hi.
Yeah. Good.
Good. So, welcome to the show, everybody. As you know, it's a bit of an annual tradition for us here to talk about a non-comic book related thing entirely, at least once a year. So, I guess it would make the most sense now to explain the name after 122 episodes if we haven't already done it previously. Dylan, would you like to explain the context for the Smark Avengers? If not, I'm sure John would pick up the ball.
Sure. I like how you're like, we're probably going to explain this for the first time. I would argue there's probably been at least two other times.
I like to think so, but I can't
Yeah.
say for 100% certainty if we did or did not.
Well, the fun thing about that is if you're not a wrestling fan already, and then you've already ignored the previous two WrestleMania shows where we explained the title, and therefore we'll probably skip this one as well, and remain blissfully ignorant as to what the title of the show, the name of the show actually is. But we call ourselves the Smart Avengers because the Dark Avengers were a thing back in the day at some point. And
2008, 2009, probably.
ish.
Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
that sounds about right. And in pro wrestling, a smart is like a smart mark, which is supposedly like a fan that understands the business but is still kind of like following it. A mark is just unwilling participant, somebody who's fallen into the umbrella of entertainment and watches the show thinking that it is 100% real. A smart is somebody that knows it's not real but is also still enthralled by it somehow. So the idea of a smart mark is like they're smart marks consider themselves to be smarter than marks. They're not really. We're all still like just idiots. We don't know the
Yeah.
business, you know. So it was
Sums us
just,
up nicely.
huh?
That sums us up nicely.
Yeah, it's a bunch of idiots. So it was just a play on words because we're all pro wrestling fans and we're also comic fans, and that was it.
Yep.
Also, because we were like, "What's the name of the show?" and we didn't want to spend fucking it forever coming up with it.
Yeah.
For
We found a name that nobody else was using, and we went for it. And after an explanation like that, I think it's easy to understand why no one else is using it.
Yeah.
they're cowards.
Yeah, that's true. It is a very twofold name because we're not in the comic book industry, yet we talk as if we have very serious opinions on it. Like we have some level of, aside from being the creators of the smash hit character Baby Juggernaut, we've not really done too much in the comic industry.
Right, so we're smarks in terms of comics as well.
Except we are apparently the forefront of reviews for Maid Cafe. Learned that
Yes.
today. That
Yes.
was funny.
Yeah.
So if you guys like Mead Cafe or wrestling, I guess.
If you just want to know more about Maid Cafe because nobody else is talking about it, check us out.
Yeah, not today's episode, obviously.
No.
This is about WrestleMania.
Yes, it is. This is our annual review of WrestleMania. So, first and foremost, Dylan and John, you watched it. I did not, which is in line with the previous two episodes where we talked about WrestleMania where I hadn't watched it. Obviously, if you know what's going on in the world of professional wrestling, you understand that it's a very different beast this year than it has been in years past. What with the ownership of TKO of the WWE and some of their decision making that they've done, mainly in the realm of advertising and what have you.
Heck,
Catcam. So yeah, no, he's it looks different than normal from what I've gathered. The old WrestleMania.
I mean, in terms of the advertising, they have had adverts in the ring for a couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that really is any different. And a lot of it played out like a WrestleMania that you've kind of seen before. They were very, very heavy on, um, hey, we're back from a match. Here's three random people in the audience you've never heard of before, unless you really like sports in America.
Yep.
You know, like that happened. I feel like that happened more this year than it has ever happened. It was always like, oh, this is this football player, and this is this guy, and this is this guy. Nice to see you. I'm like, it's not nice to see him. I don't. Nobody cares. Who cares that they're at WrestleMania? You know.
Yeah.
There's lots of commercial breaks as well. Like, I mean, I think maybe part of it was because I believe the first hour of each night of WrestleMania was being broadcast on ESPN.
Yes.
So I guess they had to sort of accommodate that and include more commercial breaks, but it felt like they were just throughout the entire show, not just the first hour, and it just kind of kills the momentum a little bit. Like,
I think what.
you don't pay for a pay-per-view or whatever to watch commercials, do you?
Well, the thing that killed the momentum for me was that all of the commercials were for some fucking Hulk Hogan thing.
Mm.
Like
I heard
they
about
were
that.
relentless. It was relentless. Like, you like Hulk Hogan? You gotta watch this show. Here's Hulk Hogan.
It's interesting
We
that he kind of became persona non grata for several years, and now they're heavily promoting the fucker after his death.
very strange
It's
because
very
nobody
tone
gave a
deaf
fuck.
in a weird way.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like we didn't care. They were like, "Can you like not talk about Hulk Hogan right now? I'm trying to watch some
Mm.
good wrestling," which you know, debatable whether or not that happened. Um, but yeah, there was a lot of adverts, which was quite frustrating. We also noticed that there weren't a whole lot of video packages, and again, maybe they were playing them to a different audience while we watched loads of adverts for some Hulk Hogan bullshit. But for like most of the matches, there weren't really any like good hype video packages that explained a lot of the storylines,
Mm.
except for the main event, which is ironic because the main event is what everybody wanted to see anyway. They didn't need to explain that. We knew why we were all there. And then they did. They put a video package out to explain it. And it was fucking great. You watch it and go, this is exactly what we're all watching WrestleMania for. This fucking match right here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if they were like hyping it up, they needed to hype up all the other ones, in my opinion. Some of those matches were pretty tough to give a shit about. Um,
Yep.
especially night one.
Mm.
Which I feel like is probably going to be where we're going to start. We're going to start with night one. John,
Yeah.
do you have a list of the matches?
If not, I
Uh,
do.
'Cause
yeah, I've
we can
got
find a list of the
something.
I
matches if
kind
you
of
don't have it.
I feel like as the person who didn't contribute in watching this, I can at least contribute by queuing up the discussion points if that works for you guys.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You
So
can
all
go
right.
through.
So very first and foremost, we had a pre-show panel with Joe Tessitore, Big E, Corey Graves, and Wade Barrett.
Sure, we did.
Three guys that were forced into retirement, and then a guy I've never heard of before.
He is
Who
good, to be
he's
fair.
a commentator, right? Tessitore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's done really well.
Also,
Like,
the host of WrestleMania was John Cena, which usually amounts to next to nothing. You will have to tell me if that matters or not. I know that the opinion on that was it was too soon after his retirement to bring him back out in front of cameras. They should have waited longer, so that would have meant more when he did come back.
I don't think that matters at all.
Fair enough.
No, he basically didn't really contribute anything to the show. He came out and introduced it both nights, didn't really say a whole lot of anything. And the first night he came back out a second time to announce the attendance, and then it was more about Bianca Belair returning to announce her pregnancy. And then the second night was more about the skit with like Danhausen and Miz and stuff.
Fair enough. I will say,
Mhm.
they were not to immediately get out of order. I did see someone's, I think a Bleacher Report or someone throw like letter grades on the WrestleMania segments and stuff, and they gave the pregnancy announcement for Bianca Belair a C plus, and I just thought that was a really funny thing to rate.
Yeah.
Woman comes out to announce that she's having her first child. C plus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What would an A plus have been? She just gave birth in the ring.
not enough emotion. I don't know what they want.
All right. Well, our
Jeez.
opening contest was between the teams of LA Knight and the Usos against the Vision, who are the current tag team champions, and I Show Speed, who is a YouTuber. Um, Thoughts on that? By all means, we do have 2 nights, so if we could try to keep it breezy until we get to the important
Mm.
stuff, by all means.
Corey, I have some good news for you. A, it's going to be really easy to keep this breezy, and B, the important stuff is like one match. This
I mean,
match was okay. It was really short.
yeah. It's basically like a match that you'd see on Raw rather than WrestleMania. There wasn't a whole
Yeah,
lot to it. I
bear
guess
that in mind.
they did the post-match angle thing with Show Speed doing the splash off the corner through the table,
Yep,
which I guess was supposed to be their big sort of like
the viral moment.
YouTube moment, like stick it on, whatever, and
Yeah.
social media and get like views and stuff. But to anyone else, it's like I don't care.
I mean, it was a nice splash.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looked good.
the I Show Speed kid, everything I've seen, he does strike me as a very athletic individual, kind of in that Logan Paul school of like kind of an
Mm,
annoying twit, but he's got some good skills. But so essentially what happened was we had LA Knight hitting the BFT, which stands for big freaking toes, on Austin Theory to secure the victory.
Yeah, I mean that. Who cares,
Yep.
right?
yeah.
Like this match was just really just it was, in those celebrity matches where like a celebrity does a suplex and you go, "Wow, this
Yeah.
guy can wrestle." It was one of those where like I Show Speed would get in the ring and then he'd do like a head scissors or whatever. And people were like, "Wow, he can do that!" But like he wasn't wrestling; he was doing like a couple of moves. And to
Mm,
be fair, he looked good. He was reacting well. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
He
he didn't
didn't
look bad.
embarrass himself.
No, he didn't. But
There you
also,
go.
he didn't do anything where you're like, "You got to see this kid." Whereas with
Yeah.
Logan Paul, you're like, "You got to see this."
Hmm.
Oh, so like that opening match was fine. It was short. It was just whatever. Like John said, if you would have saw that on Raw or SmackDown, you would have been like, "Yep, fair enough." But this
All
was
right.
on WrestleMania,
Yeah.
so
So up next we had Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. If it's unsanctioned, don't know why we're talking about it because it shouldn't have been talked about.
hmm
Um, but we saw Fatu pick up the victory with a double jump moonsault through a table to beat McIntyre. Thoughts on that?
it was good.
Mm.
It
I
felt longer
mean,
than the first match.
yeah, yeah. I think it probably was, to be fair. But I don't think it was good, but it wasn't great. It was one of those sort of hardcore matches that felt a bit like by the books. Like
Yeah,
it was a bit tame. There wasn't, considering the build-up featured them like fighting all over arenas and then falling off the side of buildings and stuff like that. This didn't feel like it kind of, played on that at all. It just
yeah.
felt a bit safe for an unsanctioned match.
Especially whenever we remember that Hell in a Cell match Drew did with CM Punk, and obviously they're not
Mm,
going to go to the same levels, but like
Not for the second
you
match on the card, yeah.
Drew can do some like crazy shit if he wants to, and with an unsanctioned match, whatever, you kind of are like, well, they need to be go a little extra mile here, and they just had a couple of tables and chairs and shit, yeah, toolbox,
yeah.
Yeah.
so who
I
cares?
guess the important thing was just more the result than anything else. Like giving Jacob Fatu that big win on the big stage, and like if you saw Raw the following night as well, he's like being positioned already as like a future challenger for Roman Reigns. So
Yeah.
in that sense, it did what it needed to do, I guess.
Spoilers for later on in the show.
Ooh.
Oops.
All right. After that, we had the Irresistible Forces, the team of Nia Jax and Last Legend, defending the women's tag team titles in a fatal four-way against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and the Bella Twins. However, when the Bellas came out, Nikki was on crutches and announced that the returning Paige was going to be her replacement.
Yes.
The ending saw Nikki hitting Charlotte Flair with a crutch, Paige countering a maneuver to hit the Rampage to become the new champions. So that sounds like
Continuing.
that sounds like a heelish way to pick up a win.
I don't know. Well, the Bellas were kind of heely anyway, but then when they came out and introduced Paige, it was like, well, that's a good feel good moment. It was a nice pop.
Mm.
It was nice to see her. She looked good. That match was a mess.
Sounds like it would be.
I have not heard anybody else talking about how that match was a mess. That match was a mess. In that a lot of the time I didn't know what was going on or who was supposed to be in the ring. Like right at the top of the match, they were like, "Listen, two teams are allowed in the ring at one time. That's it, right?"
No, they said a member of each team had to be in the ring at all times.
But they weren't. There wasn't like all four were in the ring all the time.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't know, man. That's what I mean. It was so hard to know what was going on. Like it was a mess. It was all
The
over the place.
the Wikipedia article has nothing stating the rules of that match, by the way.
Because
So
they knew what the rules were.
yeah.
So what you mean? I don't know.
I
It was
mean,
it was a lot.
the match was all about Paige getting the hot tag and then coming in and having her run towards the title, and that was about it, really. Like everything before that it was fine, but it was, like you say, a bit messy, a bit too chaotic. I'll be honest, I was a bit worried as well when she got that hot tag and comes into the ring for the first time, and the very first person she interacts with, considering all of her injuries and like, bad neck and all that kind of stuff, is Nia Jax. It's like, oh God, don't injure her already. But no, she looked good and she came out flying colors, so yeah.
All right.
It also continues a trend where Paige has a habit of winning the title on her debut.
She has a tendency of
Mm.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is quite sweet. It was a nice, fun, feel good moment. That match was also quite short. Like again,
Yes.
they threw a load of stuff in to like whatever time they had. I understand it was to build up to Paige and her hot tag and stuff, but
I saw
I don't know.
I saw something that they were teasing a build up to a women's eight person tag between the Bellas, Paige, and I think maybe Natalie Neidhart, or yeah, Natalia, and against Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, and a fourth person, probably Alexa Bliss.
I don't know how that would come about.
It
Yeah.
was a picture that they posted of the Bellas and Paige, and I believe Natty doing the four horsewoman little pose. And
I think it was AJ Lee who was in
It
that
was
AJ
actually.
photo.
Lee, there you
Yeah.
go. I was wait that fourth person didn't sound right. So yeah, that, and then contrasted to that being the other. I think it was Bayley and Charlotte reacting to that image. So it might just be like an online build kind of deal.
Yeah, I think that's some online just made up bullshit because they did that because those four women were like there before the four horsewomen were.
Yeah,
That's the again
it's
like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seems like it was prodding at that kind of deal. Anyway,
yeah.
regardless, up next, AJ Lee, Speak of the Devil and She Shall Appear, defending the Women's Intercontinental title against Becky Lynch.
Yes.
Ending saw Becky Lynch hitting the manhandle slam to become the three-time Women's Intercontinental Champion. Thoughts on that
Yes.
one?
This match was also quite short
Hmm.
and was also like really one-sided for some reason.
Mm.
It was all like a lot. It was just all Becky, like a lot of it, and then she wins, and you're like, oh, okay, interesting way to do that. Like I don't know if there's much more to say about that match.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I thought the match they had at Elimination Chamber was way better than this one. But I
Yeah.
guess the stuff at the end with the referee Jessica Carr and everything kind of plays
Bit of a
on
dusty finish.
stuff that's yeah. I mean, Becky's had issues like complaining about the referee for months and months at this point, so it felt like continuity at least. We'll give them points for that.
Not a whole lot of points.
That's your
Short
countrywoman,
point.
Dylan. I thought you'd be happier.
I'm just saying the match wasn't like John said. They already had a match. It was way better.
Yeah, I've learned over the last few years that WrestleMania isn't really the show where storylines end these days. It seems to be most of the time they kind of get to like a halfway point there at best. Up next, we have Gunther versus Seth Rollins. Ending of the
Yeah.
match saw Braun Breaker make his return, costing Seth the win against Gunther.
This match was good. I feel like they were starting to get into like a good gear whenever they did end the match. I'm like, it's a shame. That one, if the other matches were so short because they were going to give this match to the main event some more time, fair enough. Then they kind of like cut this one off at the wrong time as well. I'm like, well, that's a shame. You know what I mean? Like it was building up. I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere.
Mm,
And then it ended.
yeah, yeah.
It was good.
I mean, I would probably say it was the best match of night one.
One. Yeah.
Really? You'd say that was a better match than Rhodes versus Orton?
We'll
Oh
get to
yeah, we'll get to that.
that.
All right. In the penultimate match, we had Stephanie Vacour defending the Women's World Championship against Liv Morgan. The
Yes.
ending came with Morgan hitting the Oblivion to become a 3-time Women's World Champion. Thoughts
Yes.
on that?
This match was also quite short. This was a theme.
Mhm.
Strangely, oh my god, the fucking Liv Morgan song.
Oh,
She
her
came
pop
out.
song that I keep seeing referenced, but I've never took the time to listen to. Dylan, as
Well,
someone who plays radio, how many hours have you dedicated to playing that one? Has it made the rotation to your show yet?
I haven't had a chance. I was away the Monday after WrestleMania, so I have not had a chance to play any of Liv Morgan's song on the show yet. So,
But it's on
I,
it's on
zero.
the queue.
Um, no,
Better luck next time, kid.
it's not. That fucking she comes out to like a song and dance lip sync thing where she pretends to sing her song, and that sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I would say it's way better than her previous theme music, at least. I give it that much.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Why did she have to have a song?
Trying to branch out into the industry. As often as
She's
she's been
already,
getting injured lately, I don't think she's got a much longer tenure in the company.
she's already the champion. I don't
I
know
mean,
what the
she's
fuck else.
well, that's why she's branching out. She's been the champion 3 times now. Why not pursue a pop music career?
Because maybe she's not good at it.
Hey, you never know until you try. Yeah, but yeah, no. Any thoughts on this aside from just that it was short?
Not really.
And that's our review. It was
Yeah.
also short.
What do you think,
I
Joe?
heard the reason why they kept this one short specifically was because
Both of them were injured.
both Liv and Stephanie were a little banged up going into it.
I mean,
I mean,
she
even
just
though
came
it
out of
was like,
concussion protocols like a week ago. Yeah.
yeah. Even though it was short, like it did what it needed to do again. Like, can't really fault the storytelling. It's just in terms of WrestleMania and like big, marquee matches that have the fans on the edge of the seat. It's a bit lacking.
I think before we get to the main event, the main event we're going to talk about for sure.
Uh-huh.
But up to that point, if you'd have put all that on SmackDown, nobody would have that would have been totally fine.
Yeah.
Even Gunther versus Rollins, like, well, maybe that was kind of like a
That'd have
decent,
been a
but
good.
like,
That would have been a good SmackDown main event.
seriously, but like, like all the rest of it, you're like, this is just like SmackDown or Raw levels of like matches. Like you could see all of those matches on a Raw or SmackDown. You know,
Mm,
that was a little disappointing. You would think if the show is going to go 4 hours, and you have 7 matches, and you know some of them could go longer than 10 minutes. I
yeah.
think like 4 of them didn't. Like what
I
the fuck?
think I saw there was like about an hour and a half of wrestling in the 4 hour broadcast for
Is
night
that
one.
nuts?
I think that's on average for a 2 hour episode of Raw having maybe 15 minutes of wrestling, which is about normal for them these days.
Right, but maybe if it's WrestleMania and people are paying obscene amounts of money for these fucking tickets,
Nah,
at
people pay
least
for
they
the entrances and to sing along to the themes.
well they couldn't sing along the Liv Morgan song, so they didn't know what the fuck it was.
It came out earlier in the week. They had days, Dylan, to memorize all the lyrics to this brand new pop song that's lighting up the charts across the nation.
You know the words?
I haven't even heard the damn thing.
Lucky
I
you.
will say that it does remind me of a couple years ago. Chris Jericho was bragging that his band had like a chart topping song, but like the chart he was referencing was like top songs played at strip clubs, and I was like,
Yeah.
weird that you left that part off, but okay, yeah. I mean, what a better Jericho stat to throw out there at the end of the day, right? Like he technically told the truth. He just kept out enough information that makes it less impressive.
Is that a good song to strip to?
I think it was their cover of SOS by ABBA. It might
Oh,
have
wow.
been. It might have been.
Oh, oh
Because
dear.
that's what the world really needed was like fucking legendary pop stars ABBA being covered by Jericho's fuck ass band
In a strip club.
in a strip club. Anyway,
Yeah.
yes. So up next, after Liv Morgan becoming a three-time women's world champion, we had the previously mentioned announcement that Bianca Belair was expecting her first child, which, from all accounts, she could have done a better job at. Apparently, according to
No,
Bleacher Report.
well, according to Bleacher
C
Report,
plus,
sure. But,
C plus.
you know, I mean, I would argue if you're going to announce your pregnancy, it's harder to find a bigger platform than WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They did pretty good with that.
All
I don't
right.
think they should have upped the attendance count though by one.
Yeah.
Was a bit That was a bit silly.
Yeah, I don't know if like if the baby actually was in attendance. Yeah.
So up next, we have the previously teased main event. Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Randy Orton, accompanied by former Indianapolis Colts great Pat McAfee or McAfee.
Let's say McAfee for the sake of continuity.
McAfee.
Okay.
Yeah, no. This one was one of those. I can just briefly say that I think this match that on paper did not need any bells or whistles, of a simple story of 20 years of a guy being mentored by someone who stabbed him in the back to show he still had it in him to be a great. You don't have to really do too much with it, but got to get those celebrities and expand a new market. So we had to throw Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee into a storyline that didn't need them. You guys take it from here.
John, you want to start?
Oh boy. I
I want to hear
mean,
your opinions on this.
well, okay. Like, let's face it, they did not need Pat McAfee or Jelly Roll involved in this at all.
Correct.
It would have
Correct.
been a way better story if it had just focused on the history of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. But,
Yes.
I'll give them a tiny bit of credit because it seemed like they realized no one really wanted to watch Pat McAfee or Jelly Roll, so they sort of rushed through like getting rid of McAfee quite quickly in the
Right at the
match.
beginning.
Yeah, he gets like what happened again? Oh, he got splashed through the announce table by Jelly Roll. So
Yeah.
then, okay, good, he's gone. We can concentrate now on Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes.
Can I just say real
Except,
quick, right?
oh, go
Real
for it.
quick. I want to just interject this. Where the fuck did Jelly Roll come from?
Yeah.
Like he was just like not even like at ringside. He was inside the ring barrier. He was like he wasn't in the audience at all. They never showed him in the just at some point. Cody Rhodes turns around and Jelly Roll's like, "Yeah, fuck you, McAfee." And he's like right beside him. Like, who?
Mm.
Security? What the fuck? Why did you let this guy in? What are you doing? I thought that was quite like they didn't even like sometimes they do a bit where like they see Jelly Roll in the crowd like come on
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, no, just Jelly Roll was there and he hit an elbow and then fucked off again. I was like, what the fuck? Where did he go? Where did he come
Mm-hmm.
from? That was very confusing.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not.
the whole thing was very confusing. Like the way that the match played out. Well, like the build to it was all about Cody giving Randy Orton permission to become the Viper, the Apex Predator again, to be evil Randy who kind of terrorized WWE back in 2009 or whatever. And instead, Randy Orton comes in and he's like immediately selling a back injury, fighting from underneath through the whole match. He's the one, you know, taking a beating, and Cody is the one who's kind of coming across more heelish and more like the apex predator than Randy. So it's like, whoa, this feels so backwards right now. It doesn't feel like the match we're seeing matches the story they were trying to tell before all this.
The
Right.
explanation that I saw someone make about that, John, was that for weeks, Cody was getting repeatedly told, "You don't have it in you to be a monster like Randy. You don't have it in you to be a threat. You don't have it in you to be that violent." So like that was the idea of like Cody showing that, he could be a dick. I don't know. That was the
I mean,
explanation someone said because I mean for weeks that's nothing but people were fucking harping on him about. Up until the last 2 weeks of the build where Pat McAfee came out talking about wanting to bring back the Attitude Era for some reason. Despite the fact Randy Orton wasn't even in the Attitude Era as well.
mm, if that was the story, then
Didn't come across.
commentary should have done a better job of you know putting that out there, but they
I
didn't. So
I will also say for the first half of the match, Randy Orton was selling a back injury, and that didn't really come into play for the second half of the match.
yeah,
Like a
yeah,
Young Bucks
which
match.
They
yeah,
felt like that was gonna be the main draw of the story, and Orton was selling his back a lot in the first half, and did not really sell his back or seem that concerned about his back for the rest of it.
hmm I will say it picked up a bit in the second half, and because
Yes,
the first half was kind of boring. It
yes,
was just a bit too slow paced and methodical.
yes.
But at least things got a bit more exciting as it went on
Mhm.
until Pat McAfee comes back out again.
So
Uh, and
there's
that
a
was really
spot.
weird as well. He slides into the ring dressed in a referee shirt to count
Yes.
the three for his guy that he says he wants to kind of take us back to the good times. But his count is so slow.
He's so like not even like a regular count. He does
No,
like the slowest count in the world. It's so
it's
funny.
so
Trying to
weird.
milk the drama.
It's so strange. Like it's such a slow count. And I don't think he needed to do a slow count because the ramp was so long.
Mm,
Like, Cody Rhodes had enough time to be able to kick out
yeah.
without the slow count. But yeah, like John said, he's supposed to be representing his guy here, and he's supposed to be like helping him cheat. And he just comes out and just does the slowest fucking count in the world, which maybe explains what happened after that.
Yeah, with Randy just RKOing him out of nowhere.
Like immediately after that, they get up to
Mm,
gang up on Cody Rhodes because the real referee's still down. They get
yeah.
up to beat up Cody Rhodes, and then Orton immediately RKO's at McAfee, and then Cody recovers and hits his finish, and that's the end of the match.
Yep.
Yep.
They're like, oh, okay.
Then there was
So
some post match shenanigans with Orton getting the final say in it.
yeah, he kicked his head out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Cody was back on Raw, which kind of diminished because remember the punt was like we need to write somebody off TV for months, if not permanently. So
Mm,
have him Randy Orton kick him in the head. So age has made Orton's kick a little less potent, is what we've learned.
I mean, I will say Cody's, bruised and mangled eye does
Yeah.
sort of sell it as pretty deadly still.
But like he got busted open before that. Like Orton busted him open, like legit,
Mm,
punch him in the head.
Yeah, they should have held Cody off TV for at least a week, if not more.
That would have been great because, like you said, his fucking face did not look good. But I thought, okay, here's the thing, right, about that match. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I think, yeah, the beginning was a bit slow. A lot of Cody Rhodes, Orton matches are slow.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Uh,
like, people were wanting vintage Randy Orton. Randy was a slow wrestler. I mean, the rest holds were kind of rest hold Randy was the thing people talked about back in the day.
like that was fine. I get that like the back injury thing was kind of jarring. It was, but at least they had some sort of story they were telling, even if it didn't make any sense. I thought by the time like it did start to pick up in the second half of the match, and I was like, okay, this is actually getting really good. So I didn't hate any of that. I agree that the finish was pretty stupid.
hmm
I think that that's what a lot of people are complaining about. In that we had weeks of this really disappointing Pat McAfee reveal, and everybody is kind of like, well, hopefully it'll pay off at WrestleMania. And not only did it not pay off at WrestleMania, but it, like raised further questions, which I have
mm
a feeling will not get answered because Pat McAfee said if Orton loses, he'll never be seen on WWE television again. So we're not going to get answers to any of this. And it seems a little bit reminiscent of last year where we had a lot of quick decisions that got people talking but didn't really lead to anything.
hmm
And that's quite disappointing. But I didn't mind the match, honestly.
I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't awful either. I'll give them that much. It's
Okay.
just the whole thing felt a bit confusing in terms of what kind of story they were trying to tell here.
Yeah. So that's pretty much night one in a nutshell. Very
hmm
confusing main event and six matches that could have been on Raw.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
Oh, and
right.
fucking a million adverts for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, yeah. You were talking about all these matches being short. I think maybe that was the reasoning being is that we had to make room for the Hogan announcement or the Hogan
They did.
commercials.
They didn't. They didn't need to. They
Yeah, they did.
definitely didn't need. Oh no.
Absolutely, they needed to. Iconic, the immortal Hulk Hogan, big old
Right.
racist. Anyway,
We already know, we know all that shit, so we don't
night
need to know.
two. Night two, we had another pre-show panel with the same people from the last time. John Cena was still hosting. He opened the show like he did the last time as well. But our first match was Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, with the
Yes.
ending being Obafemi hitting the fall from grace to emphatically defeat Lesnar, according to Wikipedia.
Yes.
Afterwards, a emotional Lesnar remained in the ring, removed his gloves and his boots, hugged Paul Heyman, and looked obviously emotional,
Yes.
teasing retirement.
Yes.
Thoughts?
This match was also short.
Didn't need to
Like
be.
I kind of get it. Like Lesnar, he's not paid by the hour.
No.
He just goes out and does his bit, and like that's enough. I think like it wouldn't have hurt to do a little bit more for Obafemi. Like obviously him beating Brock Lesnar was pretty good, but like Lesnar's the guy that beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania pretty decisively, and then like it's like one power bomb from this guy does it like does that super duper set over like how powerful and strong Obafemi is? Or is it just kind of like Lesnar couldn't be ours sticking out there for like 7 minutes,
I mean, if
Mm,
anything, I mean Lesnar, kind of made it his reputation to be the guy that ended people quick. Like like the John Cena SummerSlam match from years ago, where he just annihilated him out of nowhere, stunned people. Did the same when he defeated Kofi to win the title. So for him to kind of get a taste of his own medicine, that was kind of a big deal. But makes
Or
Obafemi look
I
like a
yeah,
beast.
I get it. Like
absolutely.
I know that like Lesnar's not going to go that long anymore. He just doesn't. I would have liked that to go a little bit longer. Again, I'm not asking for like a 20-minute fucking technical submission match between these two guys. But like another minute or two would have been great because it was fun. That was a fun match.
Yeah. Two of them just throwing each other around and beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
That's like exactly what it needed to be, I guess.
yeah, it was.
And I mean, the way I saw it is him beating Brock with just one finishing move as well. Like a lot of times in Brock Lesnar matches, they kind of overdo the finishers. Like like John Cena are hitting with three FUs and still can't get the pin or whatever. But Obafemi to just hit one finishing move to put him down, that was one. It kind of puts Obafemi over massively. But two, it kind of plays into the post-match thing where Brock kind of realizes, oh shit, maybe this is the right time to retire then.
Yeah.
So, it kind of all made sense to me.
Do you think he's gonna retire?
I think, like, the rumor has been for a little while that he's gonna retire at SummerSlam because it's in Minnesota. And a lot of people are kind of talking about Gunther being a potential final
It
opponent.
has been his gimmick lately to be the guy who retires people.
Yeah.
Exactly, he's the legend killer. So it kind of fits, and it's sort of a dream match as well, like seeing the two of them similar to Obafemi, kind of, like just two big meaty dudes
I
slapping the shit
mean,
out of each other.
you
Yeah.
got a babyface. You could do a babyface Lesnar in his final match. It's not something you see terribly often, and Brock's always kind of at his best when he's a bit goofy.
Yeah.
I
They could
mean,
do it because if he's
all you have to have is a reason for Gunther to threaten Heyman, and because that's his boy.
Well,
that's the
Gunther's
thing.
just taken out Seth Rollins as a favor to Heyman, so there you go. Like he could cash in that favor to get the match with Brock
Yes,
Lesnar.
that's the rumor. Is that like Heyman owes him a favor, so he's gonna say, "I want to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam." That's my favor.
There you go.
I would like that. That'd be a fine match.
All
hmm
right. Up next, we had Penta putting the Intercontinental Championship on the line in a ladder match against Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, or Javon. I don't know where I got Javon from. Rusev
Javon.
and JD McDonough. Um,
Yes.
this, honest on paper, this seems here to pop the crowd and nothing more. Because aside from Mysterio, are any of these people really over? Penta's over.
Ante.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Penta's over.
I know Javon is somebody that they see a lot of potential in, considering how quickly he got called up from NXT. But like McDonough, good hand. Rusev there to catch people. Mysterio, legend. Dragon Lee, there.
Yeah, but I think everyone got their time to shine in this match, and everyone looked pretty good at certain points in it as well. So
Real quick though, Penta did retain by belt retrieval after putting away Javon Evans with a Mexican destroyer.
yeah,
Any thoughts on that match though?
Going into the WrestleMania, the two matches I gave a shit about the most were the ladder match and the main event of night two. And I find the ladder match to be a lot of fun in that
mm,
It is an
if
annual
you are
tradition at this point.
if you are familiar with multi-man intercontinental ladder matches, this is it.
Yep.
I think this was one of the better ones they've put on as well. It's just like non-stop action from the opening bell, lots
Yep.
of brutal looking car crash spots. And yeah, they had the crowd fully invested too. So
Yeah. The
ticks all
crowd
the right boxes.
clearly wanted to see this match. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They're pretty happy with it.
All right.
And I liked it. It was fun. I guess it was pretty standard ladder match shenanigans, but good.
I mean, there was some gnarly spots like the Mexican destroyer on the ladder, and
That was
then
pretty sick.
Javon Evans giving Rusev the OG cutter off the ladder as well.
That I didn't like because Javon Evans, as good of an athlete as he is, He jumped from a turnbuckle towards the ladder where Rusev was standing on top of the ladder, and
Mm.
Rusev did a lot of work in order.
Yeah, yeah,
He was on the ladder, and he's just like
We need to lean over
yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
did a
What was
lot of
that?
work.
I think I overheard someone saying my name.
So that looked very silly, which was a shame. But yeah, fun match. I liked it.
Hmm.
All right. After that, we had Sami Zayn defending the United States Championship against Trick Williams. Ending saw Trick avoiding a haluva kick before connecting with a trick shot to capture the United States title. Trick
Yes.
Williams is somebody that they see a lot of potential in. Guy who is very charismatic and gets over very, very easily with crowds. Spent some time in NXT as champion and a perennial main eventer over there before making his most recent jump to the main roster. Um, I remember he got paired up with Carmelo Hayes in NXT, and everyone kept saying Hayes is the star of the group because he was like the guy from the Indies who like could do all the independent wrestling shit. And then out of nowhere, Trick got over with a catchphrase, and then they got over. And now they're up on the main roster, kind of doing the same thing where Carmelo Hayes had just been United States champion, doing the random open challenge matches until they put the belt on Sammy and gave it a storyline finally. So, yeah, I at the end of the day, there you go. Get over. Matters way more than how good you are in the ring.
He's good in the ring though.
No, I'm not saying he's bad in the ring. I'm just saying Carmelo is the guy who had the reputation of being the guy from the Indies, whereas Trick, much like Obafemi, is another one of those collegiate athletes they trained to be a wrestler.
Mm. Sure. This match also felt quite short.
Hmm.
A good match for what it was.
Got
Sammy
celebrity
was a bit more
involvement with Little Yachty in
He
Trick
wasn't
Williams' corner.
bad, to be fair. Like he did a good like introduction for him. You know, sometimes some of these rappers come in, they're not the best. He was fine
Mm.
for what he did. You know, yeah, like it was a good match. But again, if that match had been on SmackDown, it would have been like, all right, fair enough. No,
If it had been on SmackDown, ironically, it probably would have had more time.
Yeah.
sure.
But I
But
mean, this one was all about sort of cementing Trick Williams as a babyface. Like he's been getting babyface reactions for a long time anyway. I think this kind of just puts the cherry on top of the sundae. Really, he's been crowned now as like an official good guy, and I think that just makes it easier for them to like move forward with it and kind of embrace that reaction from the crowd.
yep.
All right. Next up, we had Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day against former Judgment Day member Finn Balor, who is reprising his demon persona in a street fight. Ending saw Balor hitting the coup de grace through a table on Mysterio for the win. Thoughts on Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio?
It was nice to see the demon back again. It was a great entrance.
Yeah, this is the first time the Demon's been back since his match with Edge a couple of years ago.
I think they said 3 years.
Yeah, 'cause that
Hmm.
was the one where Edge split his head open and he had to get his dome stapled back together.
Luckily, since then, I just had no major injuries. So
Well, Edge is the one who did the injury, so perhaps it was karma that's been happening to him as of late.
mm, well, he's probably fine wherever he is.
Yeah,
He is.
cool.
Again, I thought this match was fine. You know,
Yeah,
because it was a street fight, they had a lot of like, uh, weapons and crazy shit like that they had to kind of put into the
Mm.
match. And you're like, was this all? Again, what do you think? Was this better than the unsanctioned fight from the night before that? What do you think?
I mean, I thought it was. I enjoyed this more than I did the unsanctioned fight.
The problem with an unsanctioned fight is that it really makes it seem like the two guys want to kill each other.
Mm.
And if that's kind of tame, then you're like, well, it doesn't need to be unsanctioned. Why doesn't the
yeah.
WWE want sanction this, you could have, and you technically did. Um, I mean, yeah, it was fun. It was a hardcore match, you know. You guys doing what they do.
Yeah. And Dominic is the kind of guy who can eat those kind of losses as
Yeah,
well
won't hurt
and
him.
bounce right back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very
it's
classic
it
heel. So
again. I
Hmm.
think like most of the matches on this night, especially, like it did its job perfectly.
Hmm.
all right.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship. Ending
Yes.
saw Ripley hitting the Riptide to win the title.
Yes.
Thoughts on this particular pairing? I know I did see a lot. There was some kind of rumbling because Jade Cargill hit the one-winged angel on Rhea Ripley, and Rhea kicked out, and a lot of fans were not happy about that because that is a move that people don't kick out of in other promotions.
Right, but like people don't kick out of that because the person who does that move, that's his move.
Yeah.
Like that's not ridiculous to
Shawn Michaels
imagine.
doesn't get pissed off when people kick out of super kicks these days, or don't even
And they
bother
do it
pinning someone after hitting a super kick.
all the time. You know? They're always kicking those super kicks. I don't think that really matters. Um yeah, I mean this match was fine. Probably Jade Cargill's best match.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I don't think that that's. I mean, that could easily be because of Rhea Ripley for sure. You know, she's amazing. But this match was also short,
Yeah.
and again, part of that is because God bless her, Jade Cargill's in it. They were like, "Listen, damage control, just 6 minutes,
Damage
get in the
control
night."
was in this match. Well, I guess Io Shirai did show up, so I guess damage
Yeah,
control kind of was in this match.
you know, it felt bananas to me that they're telling a story where like Jade Cargill has backup in a little group, and her backup are, I'm going to say, two of the women who are the lowest on the women's roster card.
Hmm.
Sometimes you just need fodder. You don't need to have the biggest muscles. You just need people you can put in the way.
Like I like Michin, but like she's not in the main events.
No,
You know, God bless her. And
no.
BFAB is BFAB.
And BFAB is
So
BFAB.
and like again, you have Io Shirai in your show, and this is the best use for her. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Especially because they were teasing an Asuka versus Io match, which I would have been all over.
Yeah, you would have, you
Hmm.
nerd.
That's enough out of you. You know that would have been a great match
Oh yeah, it would have been absolutely. I'm just saying.
for the 4 minutes they would have been given.
The 2.5 minutes, Io Shirai would have managed to DDT herself on the floor like she has been
Yep.
lately.
Well, hey man, it's fun.
She's enjoying herself. She's having a good time.
But yeah, like a fun match, but again, kind of short and
Yeah.
like wouldn't have been remiss if it went a bit longer. You know, like it was fine.
Not to be that
Nice.
kind of person who does it, but like, was it a situation where the entrances were also ridiculously long as well? Because I noticed that sometimes it has become a thing where like these big grandiose entrances are taking about as long as the match itself.
I mean, it's tough because at WrestleMania you kind of want people to have a big grandiose entrance, and not everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
But you would like, especially the ladder match. Like when the ladder match started, 4 or 5 of the people were already in the ring.
Yeah.
They
Hmm.
were they were showing the fucking Hulk Hogan advert while these guys made their entrance. They're like, are you kidding me? Like we can't see Rusev come to the ring. Like, come on, man.
I mean, if he's not coming to the ring in a tank, then it's just why,
Why bother?
Why
Why
bother?
bother?
He had
know?
his big moment a decade ago where he came to the ring in a tank.
Well, we'll cover that in a second.
Will he? Okay.
Ish.
Ish.
Don't know what that means.
All right. So after that, we had our John Cena segment of the night where John came out to thank the crowd for being the host, and The Miz and Kit Wilson showed up, which brought out Danhausen and an army of little people dressed like Danhausen. That involved a mugging of Kit Wilson and then Danhausen hitting the 5-knuckle shuffle on The Miz. Thoughts on
Well,
this segment?
Danhausen came out in the Danhausen mobile. So it might not be a tank, but he gets his own car. And if you're coming to the ring in your own vehicle, then so long as you're not Chuck Palumbo, you're gonna get over.
As long as, but remember, I think was it the last year that we were talking about? Yeah, it was. We were talking about WrestleMania and Stone Cold Steve Austin hitting the barricade in an ATV. Did he hit a barricade and knock an old woman over?
Well, he wasn't here this year, the lazy cunt.
No, did Danhausen do that? We're past the 3-minute mark. It's fine.
I've been so good though, but
We're past the 3-minute mark.
I would hope so.
We're getting close to that hour.
Yeah, listen, Danhausen coming out in the mobile, I thought that was fun. Yeah, of course, give Danhausen his own car. Like, that's awesome. The midgets, I was a little whatever about. And here's the thing. Literally, as soon as they appeared, Michael Cole starts, like, screaming on commentary, "Here come the midgets!" And I'm allowed to call them midgets, because they told me earlier that they wanted to be called midgets. That is, like, legitimately what happened on commentary. Like, as soon as they appeared, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, dude, Jesus Christ. You could just not call them midgets at all and cut this bit up.
Yeah, you could have just stayed calling them little people, even if they gave you a pass. It's, they don't speak for every little person out there,
Oh, I will also say this. Whenever Danhausen first made his appearance at the Elimination Chamber, he come out with all those hot goth girls. I'm like,
Bit of a downgrade to go from hot goth girls to little people.
this is no knock on the midgets, but I feel like the hot goth girls was a look that I could get on board with. And Michael Cole screaming about midgets, I could take it or leave it. And I'm like, I really don't want. Like,
would you have appreciated it more if it was like the hot goth girls coming out and Michael Cole going, "They're goth mommies! Goth mommies are out here, and I can call them goth mommies because they said I could."
That's probably grosser.
Yeah, but the same, right? I don't know if it's better or worse.
Here's what I would like, right? The goth girls coming out, and then Michael Cole not saying anything.
Not saying a fucking word.
That would have been perfect, but you can't have everything. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort to get Danhausen over. Just put him on TV and let him be dumb. And it's quite fun to see, like, the way he was used in AEW as opposed to the way he's been used in WWE, because he's not wrestling at all. It's the exact opposite of what he did in AEW. But he doesn't. He just comes out and curses people, and like the whole storyline of him cursing people already has gained a lot of traction, and is like people in the show know that if you get cursed by Danhausen, you're going to lose your match. It's all been established within a month. Maybe like a month and a half. Like, that didn't get over in 3 years of AEW.
Oh, they would have had to put him on TV doing it to get him over in 3 years.
Like, he would curse random people in them, but it would be in a match and there would be no consequences to it. Nothing would come of it.
Well, then also, like I said, he spent like the last 2 years of his contract not being used.
Not?
Yeah, not on TV, not being used. Still putting out merch, which sold. I mean, like I said, people love the guy, and like I said, he's a very lovely man.
Well, that's
good for him.
Apparently, when he debuted at Elimination Chamber, like, his shirt sold out.
Yeah.
Like, already? Jesus Christ, man. He moves merch, so fair play to him. Nice to see him on the show. You know? Already at a WrestleMania.
Yep.
He's been there for like a month and a half.
Yep. Not wasting any time.
Nope.
All right. Well, that takes us to the main event, which sees CM Punk defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns. Ending saw Roman Reigns hitting 2 consecutive spears after Punk was unable to physically capitalize on 3 consecutive GTSs for the victory, sending the fans home happy with a kinda heel Roman Reigns winning. Kinda. More of a tweener. I mean, this is a fight between two tweeners for all intents and purposes.
Yes, going into this match, I wasn't totally sure who the heel was, because both of them were getting pretty good pops, and like both of them had points that they were making that were kind of true, and both of them were being kind of dickish to the other. So you're like, okay, this is not cut and dry here, but this was a match.
I think it was built more on the star power than like the usual heel versus face dynamics.
100%. It was just built on these are two guys, again, two guys that do have history. You can trace that history back, and if you just tell a story where you focus on that and capitalize that, and you have two guys who can talk their fucking asses off, make you invested in that story. That's all you need. You don't need Pat McAfee dicking it about. You can just tell that story. Maybe that's why they did it with the Cody Rhodes thing, because like we kind of have two stories that are exactly the same, and it worked so much better with Reigns and Punk. That was the match I wanted to see, and stayed up all night to watch it.
Well,
And
you are a big
sat,
CM Punk fan as well. That is also on the record.
but I sat through like 50 billion Hulk Hogan adverts to see this fucking match. You know what I mean? Um, what do you think of it, John?
Oh, hands down, the best thing on either night of the show. It
Easily.
was. It felt like a classic WrestleMania main event, really. Like it had the big fight feel. It had like the crowd fully invested in it, and like who's their favorite wrestler. And then the actual like quality of the match itself, like, was just
Fantastic.
perfect.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really liked the ending as well, where after Roman Reigns had sort of made the point of CM Punk being old and kind of, losing his step a little bit in the build-up, that's basically what happens in the end, where Punk just sort of runs out of steam, can't hit that final GTS to win the match, and then Roman is there to capitalize with a couple of spears to put him down for the count. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good storytelling right there.
But like during the match, that whole match was fucking it was so good.
Mm,
Like it wasn't even like the best match of WrestleMania. It's the best match they put on all year,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
easily. And
there's no real bells and whistles to it either. It was just two guys who are very, very good at wrestling, just going out there and doing it themselves.
yep. Yeah, two guys who are good at wrestling, just going out and being really good at wrestling.
Hmm.
And wouldn't you know, on a show called WrestleMania, that happens to be like far and away the best match of the night. Well, the two
Hmm.
nights, all weekend.
Yep.
That was a phenomenal match, Corey. If you get a chance to watch any of the matches, and I would imagine a lot of them you're not going to want to watch. Watch this one. Like it's very good. Very, very good. And it's great that like, you know, Monk is obviously like when he came back, he's been hitting really, really good matches. We talked about the one he did with Drew. He's been doing some really, really good stuff. But also Roman, whenever he was champion, people I don't know if people fully like understood how good he was, but he was very, very good. And a lot of his matches are very good. And it's, he hasn't lost a step. He's still very, very good. You know? Yeah, phenomenal match.
Well, that was the ending of night 2 of WrestleMania, and therefore WrestleMania season has come to a close, as it often does. But, as they say, the year starts again. There is no off season for professional wrestling, especially not for the WWE, as these stories have continued to flow over. As we discussed, it appears that Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is not over yet. Hopefully, it gives giving them an opportunity to have the match they want to have instead of the match that TKO is forcing them to have. And also, we have Roman moving on to face Jacob Fatu, who is Blood Family, and they had previously faced each other in the Bloodline War storyline, so there's a little bit of history there as well. But yeah, any thoughts on where you see the company moving forward, or things you would like to see before next year's WrestleMania?
I would like to see better matches at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I thought the main event was phenomenal. The ladder match was fun. There's a handful of other matches that you like could have been on WrestleMania, or like even if they were given more time, would have been perfect. Like Oba versus Lesnar, that's a WrestleMania match, but again, a minute or two extra would have been great. But overall, like they could have cut all of night one.
Yeah,
realistically.
it is interesting just because the 2 night WrestleMania is still it's been a couple of years now they've been doing it, and it doesn't seem necessary at all. I mean, like for years and years and years, WrestleMania was one night, and they still managed to get like 8 matches on the card. Uh, Now, mind you,
They
they weren't
fucking
doing a
time.
bunch of They weren't doing a bunch of advertisements between every goddamn match as well. It was sort of like
Right.
there was a match. Here's the video package promoting the next match. Here's the next match. Here's a video package promoting the next match. Here's the next match. So they were a little
Sure.
more of like a wrestling show for wrestling fans back then. Whereas now TKO is definitely trying to use WB as this cross promotional platform with actors and musicians and YouTube people as well. So I mean it is interesting. You have two major promotions right now in America. One promotion, you get 2 nights where you could fit all of the matches theoretically on one show that was full of
Mhm.
a lot of filler in between. And then the other will have one night that the show is about 6 hours long, and every match goes about 20, 30 minutes each. So like
Yep.
one show will beat you over the head with wrestling that doesn't necessarily need to happen, and the other will starve you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's quite irritating that we can't get a really good middle ground anymore. No.
I mean, I will say I prefer the 2 night WrestleMania to the one night. Because I too many times like staying up late to watch WrestleMania and it's just going on and you're like into hour 5 event. It's like, man, I just want to go to bed at this point.
Yeah.
And you know, it becomes a chore to watch. Whereas when it's like 3.5 hours long or whatever, that's such a sort of palatable length for a wrestling show.
But
That's the sort of time it should be.
also if you do have it like 2 nights, so a Saturday, Sunday, what you can do really if you want to is just watch them both on Sunday.
Yeah.
And just make it like one big long WrestleMania like they used to do it. So you still can have the big long WrestleMania.
Well,
I will say something I really liked is that it started at 11 o'clock for us, which was nice.
hmm
Because normally pay-per-view start at like 1 o'clock, which sucks. 11 o'clock, tasty. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, if you are listening to the show and are new to this, Dylan and John live in the United Kingdom, so there's a 5 hour time difference. So, what is it? You said 11 o'clock. That means that the show was like 6 here when it started here in America. So that's just your context that your complaint may not line up with John or Dylan's. Your complaint might have been
Also,
it started too early. What am I supposed to do that early in the day? I still have kids to put to bed.
they can watch WrestleMania.
No, they can't. It's violent, Dylan. It's a violent show full of bad influences
I
on
like the
people.
bit where you forget who I am.
No, I'm gonna leave that in. I'm gonna leave that in. 'Cause that's for John as well, because I can feel John judging me on the other end of
Oh yeah.
that closed
Big
webcam.
time.
I hear him.
We've been doing this show for how long?
It's been a very long day for me. I almost didn't make it in real time.
Well, you had to put the kids to bed.
Had to put the kids to bed. This one over here
Yeah.
is not behaving himself. I've been fighting him this
I
whole
get
time we've been recording.
Yeah. Very rude.
It's honestly a little bit like he's right now. He's fucking around with some cords. What are you doing?
That's probably fine.
Yeah, they're not plugged into
Mhm.
anything. It's just annoying. Anyway, John, you spent a lot of time watching wrestling, but I hope you also spent some time watching movies. What is your movie count at for the year so far?
So far, I have watched 408 movies.
Oh, there you go.
2026.
So you are on track for basically watching 100 movies a month, considering when we're recording this now. Now, mind you, folks, if you're listening to this and we successfully uploaded it when we think we're going to upload it, the next 2-3 episodes, it's going to seem like John forgot that he watched the movies. That's
Right. I was gonna say that because I'm like, well, if he put in this episode where John watched 400 movies and then the next episode
He
he's at
forgot
370,
30 of them somehow.
maybe we
Yeah.
should just air this in order just to see if
Nah,
Beauty.
fuck it. If you can't follow along with the lore, then you don't deserve to be listening to the show.
I don't think we've done a well. You haven't done a great job of explaining any of the lore.
We go out of our way all the time anymore to mention, like, oh yeah, by the way, if you're listening to this happened 3 weeks ago.
We do that. Yeah.
That being said, John, what was the last movie that you watched?
The last movie I watched was This Is 40,
Oh, okay.
Judd Apatow movie. Sort of a semi-sequel to Knocked Up, where it's got the two characters who were like supporting characters in that one, and now
Yeah,
they're the main
was it
characters in this one.
Paul Rudd and who?
And what's her name?
Not Elizabeth
It's
Banks.
Leslie Mann.
There you go. So yeah,
Yeah,
what did
it
you?
was it was pretty good. Like I laughed a lot. The only problem with it was super long, like 2.5 hours or something. Which, I mean, they could have cut so much out of it. But
There's way too many adverts for Hulk Hogan.
yeah, man, goddamn Hulk Hogan just popping up everywhere.
Everywhere. Can't get rid of him. But even when we got rid of him, you can't get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So John, what did you give This Is 40?
I gave it 3.5 stars.
There you go.
Like I say, it was a bit too long, but I did laugh quite a bit, so that sort of balances it out.
I will do my best to watch it because I will be turning 40 as well, and it'll be nice to have a heads up about what's coming down the pipeline. Anyway, if they want to read your review, where can they go to find that?
They can head to Letterboxd and find me at Big John Bowski, all one word.
Are you familiar with the Big John machine memes that are going around TikTok, by the way?
I am not familiar with this.
Okay.
Should I be?
Look up Big John machine when you have an opportunity. I think you'd find it a little amusing. Dylan, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I've been watching WrestleMania mainly. Take me right up till today. Long time.
All
Um,
those Hulk Hogan commercials.
I know. I see him when I go to sleep. That's because I think he's haunting me. That's a separate issue. We don't have to worry about that. Something I have to deal with.
There you go.
But on Monday nights, I do a radio show. It's on Bounce Digital Radio.co.uk. If you go to that link, and on a Monday night, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock UK time, you can listen to me do a radio show, which is full of cool music and sometimes banter, but mainly music. And it's really good. You can listen to it wherever you are in the world. I stream sometimes on Twitch at Spooky LaRue, where I draw pictures and I animate those pictures and put them on YouTube at Team Crows NI on YouTube and Team Crow Studios on TikTok because everybody has to have a TikTok, I guess. Like, whatever. That's it.
Okay. Well, I have my other show, Large Old Cup, where we talk about whatever's going on in my head at the particular moment of recording. And there is also new number ones here on the YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, where every week I try to find a new number one, ideally from a small publisher, and we chat about it. Sometimes they blow up in view count suddenly for no discernible reason. Like my review of Pop Kill like jumped up by like 30 views, and I don't know what caused that to happen, but I'm not going to question it either. So there you go. Yeah, aside from that, I think that'll do us. Next week, get ready for the shocker if we get this up and loaded by the end of the week. If not, let us know how that shocker episode was in the comments. We'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
See you later.
Bye-bye.